Rochdale 13 now in Kilshaw ahead of Sunday's game against Halifax. First off though, as we always do, we'll go back to last week's game against Rlfc. What did you make of it on the whole? Were you sort of surprised with the performance?
No, not at all. Disappointed with it, still am a little bit. Just that I thought there was an opportunity to win the game. Rlfc made a lot of errors, as did we, but they might not make them many errors again. But some of them were forced. Obviously, some of them were forced on us as well. They defended very well. Their line speed was very good. Disappointed that we didn't really, follow out the plan that we'd set them, and we had done the previous 2 weeks. So, look, the effort was there, like I said, on the day, and we showed a lot of character to get back, especially when they scored those 3 tries in a row. And defensively, I didn't think we were great. We're a bit sloppy, and second half we tightened up, and we only did concede the 1 try, against a very good attacking side. So there were positives to take out of that second 40 defensively, but overall we didn't give ourselves a chance to win the game probably in the first half, and it hurt us back end. A couple of those sets were really poor, 5 drives and a kick, which we know's not us, but it could have come down to us not being having the energy to attack the way we wanted to attack. But we did a good review on Tuesday night, and we're expecting a response this week.
And it was neck and neck for 75 minutes or so. So the fitness levels were frightening to sort of keep up with the team that will train together every day. Is that testament to Miles Greenwood, who's come in and looked after the strength and conditioning side of things?
Yeah, look, can't speak highly enough of Miles. Playing as well, so it's tough on a dual role, but he's really excelled in pre-season. The lads are looking physically, really good and strong and fit, and myself, Jason and Paul, we also do a lot of game-specific fitness and small-sided games in training, and the lads look fit. And like you say, you from a neutral, or someone who came and who's the full-time team, I don't think you would have been able to pick between the two. So it does show our fitness levels are good at the minute, and it's important that we keep we keep those levels high and keep improving.
And like you, I've gone back and watched the game, and to me personally, there were some pretty contentious decisions that hurt us. There was a 3rd try. I think they looked to be offside. It was a bit of a dodgy call. And then before half time there was a scrum, which I didn't think was a scrum personally, that they went on to score from. So that's points that put them more or less out of touch. What did you make of that?
Oh look, we can look at referee decisions and analyse them, but in all those instances, the kick, we probably could have put better pressure on the kicker, and the scrum before half time. Look, whether it was a scrum or not, we disagree with that, but. We put ourselves in that position. We'd made 2 yardage errors leading up to that, and obviously they had a set on our line, and they were given a scrum, and again, just because they've been given a scrum and we dispute it, we should be able to defend that. Look, hopefully if 50-50 calls do go against you, they even out over the course of the season. Maybe we're a bit lucky at Bradford the week before with a call when Jake went into touch. So we're not going to get too bogged down in refereeing decisions this year. We're going to put more focus on us, and look, if the calls were wrong, like I say, we put ourselves in that position, and we've got to be better. We've got to take it out of things that we can't control, the weather, the referees, the other side. We've got to focus on us, and if we're doing that, then 9 times out of 10 we're going to come up with the right result.
And staying on us, news come out this week that you've extended Danny Bridges' loan deal, sort of a week to week situation. Was that an easy decision for you to make, given how he's performed in the early rounds?
Yeah, of course. Look, his departure's it's imminent, if you like. It's getting closer. Hopefully we'll have him to at least the Oldham game, and he's come at a great time because obviously John's suspension, but Danny's been outstanding for us. In the past I think people have had a bad rap on him, but he's been away to Australia. He's really grown up, and he's getting to that level of performance now that everybody's probably got frustrated with him in the past at different clubs, Wigan and Warrington, because they know what potential he's got and how he can play, and I think he's getting close to that now. He's been at Redcliffe in the Queensland Cup, and he's coming here on loan and really performed, and he was probably a bit behind, in terms of pre-season, because their season doesn't start till March, so he's hit the ground running and he's performed really well for us, and I'm sure he will do, and until the end of the loan period, and we'll be into him looking at trying to sign him for next season, but I'm sure there'll be Super League and Queensland Cup and possibly an RL interest in Danny, because he's a good athlete and he's a good player.
Yeah, and you touched just briefly then on John O. Smith. Obviously he's been out with that ban. Do you want to just give us an update on where John O's at? There were some concerns about him immediately after the decision and things like that. Can you just give us a brief update?
Yeah, look, he was a little bit disillusioned, I'm not going to lie, and he was a bit, more than a bit depressed, but I think he's really ripped in the last few weeks, and he's training well, and he deserves a rap. He's on board, and look, it's frustrating for him because he knows he can't play, but he's got that week after Oldham in mind now, and he's training well, and he's doing all the extra bits and extra fitness, so putting him in the frame, for selection. I think it's Challenge Cup weekend after Oldham, so we'll be looking to get back and in the 17 that week. So I say, those early weeks he was a little bit down, which is understandable, but I think as staff and as his teammates as well, everyone's been there for him, and he's trained well, and long may that continue.
Yeah, and looking at Sunday then, Halifax. I've asked this in the past, and you've been pretty coy in your answer, sort of about favourites and things like that. But given our reasonably impressive performances over the past few weeks, is it now the time that you look at us as and maybe the bookies look at us as the favourites going into this game?
Oh look, they've had 2 losses, but against Featherstone at home, who were top 4 side last year, who I expect to be in the top 2 this season, and then Batley away is never a good place to go to. So they had a good win last week against Sheffield. I don't know about favourites. We're in good form, but we're on the back of a loss, and they're on the back of a win. They're a well coached side. Rich has been in a great environment and had success as an assistant coach at Warrington, and did a real good job in his first season there at Halifax, when they made the top 4, and they got a few injuries last year, and they weren't, they didn't get where probably their expectations were, but those expectations were raised in the first season. So but they're a good side. They got some really good players. Scott Morell's a good player. They just got Adam O'Brien on loan from Huddersfield, who was at Bradford last year. So a couple of key players for them there, and they've got some good outside backs and some experience in there. So they're a well balanced side. They're a well coached side. It's going to be a tough game, and look, I know I said it last time, we're not really looking into who's favourites, who's not. We're really focused on us this week and performing and doing the things we practice. We're at home. Hopefully, crowd will get behind us, and that'll give us a lift, and I'm sure it'll be a real good spectacle. And
that win last week, do you think that'll have done wonders in terms of lifting pressure? You never want to be on the back of 2 back-to-back defeats in the opening stage of the season. Yeah,
look, probably some of that pressure was unjust. With pressure on Rich and externally, but I'm sure internally they weren't far away in that Featherstone game. Batley, the weather was ridiculous, like it was at Bradford. So I'm sure internally they were quite confident, and they'll be looking to put a run together now. But it's up to us to stop them, because we don't want to go two losses in a row either. So there's plenty at stake this weekend, which there will be each and every week.
And just to round things off, when the fixtures came out, and we drew the first month, where it was Dewsbury, Bradford, Hull KR, and then Halifax. A lot of people said how difficult it would be, that we won't be coming away without any points and stuff like that, really negative stuff from within the town especially. What would you say to them people who wrote us off before a game had even started?
Oh, look, people will keep writing us off, and I think we will keep hopefully overachieving, for what budget we have. We've got a good strong group of players. We start the season well, but 2 wins won't make a season, and it's important that we continue to pick up points and improve our performances. We'd like those people to get behind us, but obviously, everyone's got a right to an opinion, and now it's about managing the other expectations. People expecting us, to win games, like you say, possibly be favourites on the weekend. So for us, I believe we'll be underdogs most games this season, and I think we are on the weekend. But we've got to manage that expectation probably from our own supporters, and there's a lot of attention on us at the minute, and rightly so, because the club are doing some good things on and off the field, and it's just about managing that the other way now, and not reading that into too much into our own good press, and building ourselves up, just staying level. And we're always a week to week team, and it's this week against Halifax, and what's gone before us won't matter, and what's ahead won't matter either. So we just got to focus on this week, and silence out the doubters, and silence out the people who are talking us up as well.